in the 2026 budget to cover around 22,800 eligible children. In international news, the U.S. Federal Reserve kept its benchmark interest rate at 4.25 to 4.5% despite President Trump's repeated calls for cuts. This marks the fifth consecutive rate hold under Trump's second term. The Fed noted slower economic growth in the first half of the year. While unemployment is low and the labor market is strong, inflation remains somewhat high. Two federal officials disagree with the majority and favored a 0.25% rate cut. This marks the first time since 2020 that multiple members opposed the Federal Reserve's decision. Trump criticized the decision and urged rate cuts. And now for today's weather. Current temperatures are around 30 degrees Celsius. Please stay safe and healthy by following heat safety guidelines such as drinking water frequently and taking proper rest. That wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BEFM 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is Midday Mate with Kimberly Ann. BEFM 부산영어방송.
Hello and welcome to the show, everyone. Today we're diving into something big and exciting. Did you know that South Korea is about to welcome over 20 million foreign tourists this year? That's right, more than ever are visiting our country. They're spending money, sharing stories, and shaping the way that the world sees Korea. From buzzing markets to ancient temples, from street food to pop concerts, Korea is one of the world's travel lists like never before. But what does this mean for us? Is it all good news or are there challenges too? Let's take a closer look together today. It's Thursday, July 31st, 2025, and this is Midday Meet. Let's get started.
Just when they thought we were down for the count, no different than a referee, they began to count us out. They fueled our fire when they began to doubt this love of ours. Yeah. On this journey for quite some miles, past all the tests and beat the trials, every single one. Time has proven that nothing can destroy this love, this love. Oh, we had to be real careful dealing with friends and family. Looked me dead in my face and said we wouldn't make it past your number 3. 20 years later, look at God, you and me and this love. We walked it, baby. It's all the tests and beat the trials. Every single one of them. Time has proven that nothing can destroy. This is love, this love. straight through it us, baby.
Time has proven that nothing can destroy
Destroy this love.
This love. This journey for quite some miles.
Together we passed every test.
Passed all the tests and beat the trials.
Yes, we did.
Time has proven that nothing can destroy
Biggest love.
this love of ours. We walked this journey for quite some miles.
And we got a long way to go.
Passed all the tests and beat the trials. Yeah. Time has proven that nothing can destroy this love. This love of ours. Walked this journey for quite some miles. Passed all the tests and beat the trials. Yeah. Time has proven that nothing can destroy this love of ours.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to This Love of Ours by Frank McComb. It's smooth, soulful, and timeless. His voice has the warm richness that makes you stop whatever you're doing and just feel. Whether you're in the middle of your day or winding down, there's something about his sound that makes everything around you slow down just a little bit. It's a rare kind of love song that doesn't shout but whispers its way into your heart. Hello, everyone. We're live in the studio in Busan this Thursday afternoon. Welcome to Midday Mate. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Gijang, Cheongwon, and Noksan areas. And I'm your host, Kimberly. Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, everyone. I hope you're having a good day so far. And thank you for tuning in to the show. So let's see what's up on the show for today. In hour number 1, we'll have Listomania, a daily topic adventure with a list of things that will keep you entertained. And today we're going to be talking about the era of 20 million foreign tourists, what it means for Korea. So as you have been maybe out and about, you may have seen a lot of foreign tourists coming into Korea, and that's a huge thing happening for us. So stay tuned because we'll talk about that later on. After Listomania, we'll have Back to the News, where we have old headlines but talk about it in a new perspective in the year of 2025. So it's a light and breezy trip through the news of the past, and Claire will be in the studio for that shortly. Later on in hour number 2, we'll have today's quote, a moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. After today's quote, we'll have bite-sized banter, a daily dose of lighthearted chatter on a new topic every day with my mate Andrew. And following bite-sized banter, we'll have Don't Make a Scene, where we go over and learn some real-life English expressions from movies and drama scenes. And then we'll wrap it all up with our segment titled Living Like a Local, where we give you some tips on how to live like a local here in Korea. And today's topic is really interesting, so stay in the show. So let's see who's in our YouTube live chat. We have Benny-님 as 1등 coming in. Hello, hello, Benny-님. I hope you're having a good day. And Benny, he's saying it's the last day of July, and you are correct. I cannot believe it is already July 31st, everyone. That is crazy. Time is just going by so fast. Soon, it'll just be winter, right? Or am I just hopefully thinking that? And we also have Irgun Radio coming in. Hello, hello. Welcome to the show. So now we have our question of the day and text topic. It is, if you could give a tourist one tip for visiting Korea, what would it be? So, excuse me. If you could give a tourist one tip for visiting Korea, what would it be? 한국에 오는 외국인에게 한 가지 조언을 한다면 무엇인가요? So what would you tell them? Maybe it's like, avoid this, or you have to go to this. What would you tell them? Go ahead and send in your answers by texting in pound 9050 or shop 9050 and it'll cost you 101. Or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us and send in your messages for free. And another free option is our smartphone app. So go ahead, open your phone, go to your app store and look up BEFM or 부산영어방송. Then you can download our app there and listen to our programs also. And now, everyone, I'll be right back with Listomania after the song. Here is Take the Money and Run by Steve Miller Band.
This is a story about Billy Joe and Bobby Sue. Two young lovers with nothing better to do. Sit around the house, get high and watch the tube. And here's what happened when they decided to cut loose. They headed down to old El Paso. That's where they ran into a great big hassle. Billy Joe shot a man while robbing his castle. Bobby Sue took the money and run. Go on, take 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 the money and run. Billy Mack is a detective down in Texas. You know he knows just exactly what the facts is. He ain't gonna let those two escape justice. He makes his living off of the people's taxes. Bobby Sue, whoa, she slipped away. Billy Joe caught up to her the very next day. They got the money, hey, you know they got away. They're headed down south and they're still running today. Saying, go on, take your money and run. Go on, take the money and run. Go on, take the money and run. Oh, no. Go on, take the money and run.
And welcome back. You just listened to Take the Money and Run by Steve Miller Band. And now it's time for Listomania. And today we're going to be talking about the era of 20 million foreign tourists and what it means for Korea. So first, how did we get here? How did Korea reach 20 million foreign tourists? A few years ago, as you may remember, travel stopped because of COVID-19. Airports were empty, hotels had no guests, and popular streets were quiet. But since borders reopened, tourism bounced back really quickly. In 2024, about 16.37 million people visited Korea. And this year, experts say the number will pass 20 million, which is definitely a record. But why? Why are there so many people coming to Korea these days? And we believe it's the Korean wave. K-pop, K-dramas, K-beauty, K-food, these all attract people worldwide. Also, Korea is easier to visit now, with more flights and simpler visas. The government's overseas promotions are definitely working. Most tourists come from nearby countries like China, Japan, Taiwan, and the US. And Chinese tourists alone may reach nearly 6 million this year. Each group likes different things. For example, some people say Chinese tourists enjoy shopping, Japanese like the food and history, and Americans love the mix of old and new. Plus, this is a big thing. Influencers and other people show millions what it's like to explore Seoul, like how to try some spicy tteokbokki or to hike some mountains. So social media has definitely helped with this big boom in tourism. Korea is no longer just a nice place to visit. It's definitely a global destination, one you have to go to. But the real question is, how will this affect our daily lives? When 20 million people visit, they spend a lot. Hotels, restaurants, shops, taxis, they all benefit from tourism. A research institute says foreign tourists will bring in about $20.25 billion, around 29.4 trillion won. That could build dozens of hospitals or thousands of schools. Tourism also boosts Korea's domestic spending by 2.5% points, helping during some tight times. Small businesses like street vendors, guest house, and souvenir shops rely heavily on foreign visitors as well. Tourism can also balance the country. Most tourists stay in Seoul, but if more visited Gyeongju, Busan, or Jeonju, those areas could grow economically and also culturally. More tourists in more cities mean more jobs, better infrastructure, and chances for young people to stay home. But there are also some concerns. Crowding, noise, rising prices, and sometimes tourists disrespecting the local culture. But here's the challenge. How to welcome visitors while protecting what makes each place unique. Many countries face this with tourism, and now Korea does too. So, what comes next, everyone? Now that we've hit 20 million visitors, what are we going to see? Korea must keep the momentum by focusing on quality. How tourists experience Korea and not just how many people come. The government is easing visas, adding multilingual signs, expanding cashless payments, and testing AI travel guides. Another goal is to send tourists beyond Seoul. So not to just stay in Seoul, but to go to other places in Korea. Promoting places like Jeonju, Gangneung, and Jeju to help local businesses grow. Korea also wants tourists from more regions. Most come from Asia, yeah, it makes sense because we're all very close to each other. But there's interest in Europe, the Middle East, and South America. So K-pop and K-dramas reach global audiences with that. But growth, again, can bring problems. There can be overcrowding, waste, and environmental harm too. Many cities now focus on sustainable tourism, limiting visitor numbers, encouraging public transport, and educating about local customs. Tourism can also create new jobs. We can have more tour guides, content creators, and craft makers, and even language helpers. At the core is a simple question. How can Korea stay welcoming while protecting what makes it special? And that's a question only the people living here can answer. So if you do have some types of tips, let us know in the chat also. Reaching 20 million foreign visitors isn't just a milestone. It's a mirror reflecting how Korea is seen and experienced by the world. As more people walk our streets, taste our delicious food, and fall in love with our culture, it gives us a rare chance to see our home through new eyes. But this moment also invites reflection. Growth is definitely exciting, but it carries weight. Every smiling tourist photo, every full guest house, and every packed train car asks us to consider not only how we host others, but how we define the identity of the spaces we call home. Because in the end, tourism, it's not just about numbers. It's about relationships. It's about creating meaningful exchanges where visitors leave with more than souvenirs and locals gain more than just economic boosts, right? As Korea stands on the world stage now, the way we navigate this next chapter will shape not just the future of the travel industry, but the soul of our communities. So let's keep the doors open, the conversations going, and the heart of Korea shining through every interaction. So when you do see a foreign visitor, go ahead and say hello, show them the Korean hospitality that we have here. So that was our segment for Listomania with how many big numbers we have seen in tourism. And now let's take a song break. Here is Let Her Go by Passenger.
Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. Staring at the bottom of your glass, hoping one day you'll make a dream last. But dreams come slow and they go so fast. You see it when you close your eyes. Maybe one day you'll understand why everything you touch surely dies. But you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Staring at the ceiling in the dark, same old empty feeling in your heart. Cause love comes slow and it goes so fast. Well, you see her when you fall asleep, but never to touch and never to keep. Cause you loved her too much and you dive too deep. Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. Oh, oh, oh. And you let her go. Starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Cause you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go.
Welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Let Her Go by Passenger. I'm your host, Kimberly, and you're listening to Midday Mate. And now our question of the day and text topic, it is, if you give a tourist one tip for visiting Korea, what would it be? If you could give a tourist one tip for visiting Korea, what would it be? 한국에 오는 외국인에게 한 가지 조언을 한다면 무엇인가요? I have an answer here from Benny님 saying, for me, a tip would be always secure your belongings. Leave a contact number once your belongings is lost and found. Oh, yes. Leaving your contact information on your stuff is very good because just in case if someone else were to pick it up, then they can find the number and call you up, and then you can get your stuff back. That's very good. Thank you for your tip, Benny Nim. I have another message here from Chae Sung Nim, not for our question of the day, but just saying hello. Chae Sung Nim says, hello, it's already the last day of July. Time flies. It feels like yesterday was like the New Year's Day. Yes, I definitely feel that. I started hosting Midday Mate on January 1st, and I cannot believe it is already July 31st. Like, what? I feel like I just started, but it has been 7 full months already. That's crazy. Anyhow, back to our question of the day. If you could give a tourist one tip for visiting Korea, what would it be? I feel like this is something that I can always talk on and about, especially for like today's segment later on the show for living like a local. I can give them so many different tips. I don't know. Take advantage of the delivery. Take advantage of the convenience stores being open 24/7. Take advantage of the free, or not free, but cheap public transportation. The list can go on. I have another answer from Chae Sung-nim for the question of the day. And she says, I would tell them to buy a lot of cosmetics that are affordable and good quality. Ah, yes. There are so many. K-beauty in Korea, it's awesome, right? And it's super affordable compared to everything that they sell overseas, I feel like. So thank you for your answer, Chae Sung-nim. And Clean and Clean-nim, I don't think this is... I think... Is this a tip for us? But Clean says, eat bulgogi for lunch. Awesome. Well, you can eat bulgogi for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Just having bulgogi or Korean food and traditional like 백반 is also a great tip. You don't have to go for looking at fancy, blank star restaurants, right? You can just have some nice comfort food in Korea. So yes, thank you all for your answers. And again, if you would like to give me a tip for a tourist visiting Korea, go ahead and let me know by sending your answers in. Text in pound 9050 or shop 9050, which will cost you 101. Or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us and send in your messages for free. We also do have our smartphone app, so go to your app store and look up BEFM or 부산영어방송. You'll find our app there. Download it and listen to our programs there. And now, everyone, I'll be right back with our Thursday segment. And everybody, it is Thursday, so you know what that means. We have our segment of Back to the News with Claire. Hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm alright. I'm doing okay.
You doing okay? During the song break, Claire was like, I'm just trying to survive through the heat.
Surviving.
I feel like it's not as bad. Is it?
That's, I have to say yes.
Because I went to Seoul over the weekend.
Oh, how was it?
It is so much hotter over there. So when I was looking at the forecast, it said that it was 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 37.7도 in Celsius. And I was like, I am so glad I live in Busan.
My friend said that too. Because Busan, in the shade area, it's actually cool. But she said Seoul, it's just so hot.
Yes.
It's humid and hot.
Yes. So it's good that we live by the beach. I mean, it does make it humid here, but with the wind,
I appreciate
I think it's nice.
so much.
So I have a question for you, our question of the day. So we have lots of tourists coming into Korea these days. And if you could give a tourist one tip, what would it be?
I would give a tip like The weather. I would suggest just pick May or October.
That's great.
The best season and the most beautiful season.
That's true. May, April, it's like when we are transitioning. It has like the flowers coming in.
Yeah. Different colors.
Yes.
Each, but both like very like nice breeze. It's just so nice to be outside. You know, you can do so many things like picnics.
Unless the visitor wants to go to the beach and, you know, enjoy the heat.
The heat of the heat. Then you can
come in the summer.
Have yourself.
Help yourself. But that's a really good tip. The perfect time to visit Korea during the year would probably be April, May, and October, as you said.
Yes.
For those who don't like the heat.
If you like the cherry blossom, then March. But, you know, other than that, the best weather is always.
Well, great. Thank you for your tip. So let's get into it for today. We have some new stuff talking about for Back to the News. What are we talking about today first?
So today, I've got a good... we're talking about the anniversary of marketing.
Anniversary of marketing.
Marketing, yes.
So before we rewind the clock, what's the most random holiday that you've ever celebrated? And I want to be like really random.
Really random. I've got a good one. A few years ago, a friend declared it instant noodle day. Ramen day. Because it was raining and she didn't feel like cooking, she lit candles, laid out 6 different kinds of cup noodles, and even made a little tasting menu. It was so over the top, but so delicious.
That sounds like a great holiday. I wonder if there's an actual ramen day.
I know. I think there's a ramen day.
Right?
There were.
I'm sure.
Surely.
There's a day for everything these days.
Or like each ramen, you know, each brand ramen, probably they have their own way.
I want to go to that party the next time she has it. Gourmet ramen flight, anyone?
Honestly, it felt like kind of sacred. It made me realize how easy it is to attach meaning to something ordinary, especially when food's involved.
That instinct, right? Giving time a little sparkle. That's exactly what companies noticed around 2005, as you mentioned, which brings us to today's first story, and that's the rise of anniversary marketing.
Yes, this was the era when Korean brands realized that they didn't have to wait for Chuseok or Christmas to push promotions. They could just invent their own holidays.
Yes, that's bold. Like, hey everyone, today is grilled pork belly day. Like, today is samgyeopsal day, everyone, because March 3rd kind of looks like samsam.
That's literally what happened. 삼겹살 day became a thing. March 3rd, 3월 3일 sounds like the Korean word for 3-layered pork, which is what 삼겹살 actually means. So restaurants jumped on it and it stuck.
But that's what's so funny about it. It wasn't like a joke. It actually became like a national thing.
And it didn't stop there. Pepero Day on November 11th, because the date looks like 4 sticks. That one practically became second Valentine's Day in Korea.
That's true. The 1. It looks like the stick candy, or not stick candy, the chocolate stick, right?
The snack.
I remember students would come to school with gift bags with the thing from their friends and teachers, and became a whole ritual. And even though when I first came to Korea as a teacher, all my students started giving me this stick chocolate.
Yes,
and I was
snack.
like, thank you.
What's this for?
Yeah, they're like, it's day. I was like, okay, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. It was the perfect mix of cute, commercial, and shareable. And businesses realized something powerful. If you give people a reason to celebrate, even a silly one, they'll participate.
That is so true. Give us anything to celebrate and we'll just jump on the bandwagon.
Just go on it.
So how did this trend actually start then?
So it built slowly over the early 2000s. But 2005 was a tipping point. That year, more brands started officially marketing their own days. It wasn't just food companies. Beauty brands declared Lipstick Day, electronics store created Gadget Weeks, and cafes launched Coffee Lovers Weekend.
So were people really into it then?
They loved it. It gave people a reason to break out of routine. You didn't need a birthday or an anniversary. You just needed a hashtag and a decent excuse.
Right, the hashtag, right? Social media was starting to bubble up at that time also.
That was a huge factor. Even before people had blogs, mini homepages, and message boards where they post their own celebration. These invented days spread like wildfire online. online even without paid advertisements.
That's so true. Before we had, social media, like it's a thing, we would have blogs and people would always post up photos, what they wanted to share. And people would look
What
at
they
those.
did.
And then they would catch on. They'd be like, oh, I want to participate in that too.
Yes, exactly. Once you saw your friends posting about snack day or ice cream day, you felt like joining in. And it wasn't just about buying, it was about belonging to something fun.
That's so true. And it's something that I've also seen on social media. It's like, oh, it's sibling day. So we would all find like the best picture
Tagging
of our sibling,
people and then
post it up online. And you know what? I imagined it was especially popular among younger people.
for sure, students, young couples, office workers, they were the key audience. It made lunch dates more exciting. It gave people an excuse to text, hey, let's celebrate Fried Chicken Day.
It's so clever because businesses basically created FOMO. Do you know what FOMO is?
Fear of
Missing out, right?
Totally, and it was effective. These days often fell on otherwise uneventful weekdays, which helped boost sales during slumps.
That's so true. It's a very good marketing skill to
It is.
have.
It's a tip.
Like, say that we have no sales on Tuesdays, right? Then make a certain holiday. Like, people say Taco Tuesday, and then everyone goes and buys tacos on Tuesday.
Without thinking too much of it.
They're just like, we gotta go do it. So instead of a big national campaign, they could sprinkle these little events throughout the years to help with their businesses.
Some brands had one special day a year. Others started doing themed weeks, loyalty point events, or timed giveaways around their holiday.
You know what? There's this one store in Korea that sells cosmetics, and I wait until that week
I know.
so that I can
Every 3 months.
bulge buy everything there.
I stack up all my 장바구니 baskets.
And then when it comes to that time sale, then ding, go ahead and buy.
결제.
Right.
Done
But I'm
deal.
sure that there were some flops too, that it didn't work.
Oh, absolutely. Some days didn't stick, like Vitamin Day or Plum Extract Awareness Week.
네?
If it didn't resonate emotionally or culturally, people just ignored it.
So there definitely had to be some sort of hook to grab people's attention and to really bring them in. Something cute, funny, or maybe just heartwarming, I guess.
Yes, or something that tapped into existing habits. People already loved grilled meat, chocolate, or bubble tea. All brands had to do was put a ribbon on it and say, celebration this today.
But I'm also sure there weren't many, people happy about it. I'm sure there are some critics.
Of course. Some said it cheapened holidays or pressured people into unnecessary spending. There were even think pieces like, are we celebrating too much? Or the calendar is a lie.
Right. Because everyone says, like, even with like the big famous brand of cards in America, they say, oh, they make a card for everything. That's just, a marketing skill. Don't fall into it. Don't
Yes.
buy it.
It's marketing.
Right. But it's not like we're buying like huge, expensive things, right? We're just buying snacks.
It's exactly, for most people, it was harmless fun, a small break in the routine, and that emotional payoff or of feeling part of something was bigger than the price of a coffee or a stick of the snack.
Yes. And it changed how businesses think as well.
Oh, totally. It taught brands that people want more than products. They want moments, feelings, participation. And if you can tie your product to a sense of occasion, even a small one, you're winning.
Yes. And now it's everywhere, everyone.
Everywhere, Croissant Day, Unplug Day, Kindness Week. Sometimes it's from a company, sometimes it's just a trending post. And then, boom, it's in your calendar.
Right. I feel like every other day I see a graphic saying, don't forget, it's hydration day, because right now we're in the middle of summer.
Yes, and you immediately take a sip of water, right?
Every time.
That's the power of it. These invented rituals aren't just silly, they're sticky. They give us permission to pause, indulge, connect, or just post something fun.
Right. So whether it's grilled pork belly day, samgyeopsal day, or a gratitude journaling, the holiday gives it some sort of weight.
Yes, it gives a rhythm and meaning, even if it's small. And I think that's why anniversary marketing worked, because we wanted it to work.
So now even when it's blazing hot on a Thursday in July, like today, we can say, hey, today's, frozen dessert day. Let's go get some frozen dessert.
I'll take 2 and a selfie to prove it.
Yes. if honestly there isn't like an official something day that, I'm sure that somebody will make it soon.
Surely someone will do.
So everyone, let's take a quick song break. Here is Smile Boy by Lee Seung-gi and Kim Yeona.
Happy in your smile 더 크게 웃어봐 나는 버블이 든 것뿐이야 날개를 펴고 가슴을 펴고 힘껏 날아올라봐 내가 있잖아 영원히 함께할 내게 꿈이 있잖아 힘을 내봐 용기를 내봐 너라면 할 수 있어
이 비가 널 젖게 만들면 해가 되어 널 감쌀게 어둠이 널 가린다면 달이 되어 비출게 세상이 뜻대로 잘 되지 않아서
힘을 내봐
자꾸만 주저앉고 싶을 때 그럴 때 Happy in your smile 더 크게 웃어봐 나는 버블이 든 것뿐이야 날개를 펴고 가슴을 펴고 힘껏 날아올라봐 내가 있잖아 영원히 함께할 내겐 꿈이 있잖아 힘을 내봐 용기를 내봐 너라면 할 수 있어
Happy in your smile 더 크게 웃어봐 나는 버블이 든 것뿐이야
날개를 펴고 가슴을 펴고
힘껏 날아올라봐
내가 있잖아 영원히 함께할 내겐 꿈이 있잖아 힘을 내봐 용기를 내봐 너라면 할 수 있어 너에게 줄게 행복한 사랑을 아름다운 인생을 눈부시게 빛날 거야 What a wonderful your
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Smile Boy by Lee Seung-gi and Kim Yeona. And you're listening to Midday Mate. And we're in the middle of our segment of Back to the News with Claire. And in part one, we're talking about the different types of holidays and anniversaries that we make up throughout the year to help with, just fitting in. But now we're going to be talking about a little something different. So let's fast forward 10 years to something a little bit flashier, shall we?
Much flashier, because in 2015, it wasn't just about what you bought. It was about who saw you buy it. Welcome to the age of flex culture.
Flex culture. Just hearing that word takes me back to like feed scroll fatigue. Like, do you remember your first flex post? Did you ever do it?
Well, absolutely. It was a very calculated coffee photo. I angled my latte next to a luxury bag I got, made sure the cafe logo was visible, edited the lighting, and boom, captioned it was something vague like rest and recharge.
You really studied the algorithm. You got it down to a T.
I tried really hard, and I wasn't alone. That was the era when people realized your social media was your brand.
Yes.
Not just your life, your aesthetic, your aspiration, your hustle.
I remember my first flex post too. It was on the top of my dresser, and it's like the perfumes that I had, an empty bottle of whiskey that I was using as a vase for flowers, and my other like really expensive 화장품. Like, oh yeah, just a picture of my room.
The very, very luxury corner.
Yes, right. Oh my goodness. What were we thinking back then? So what exactly defined flex culture back then?
At its core, it was about showing off what you had in a way that signaled success. That could be designer fashion, gourmet meals, luxury travel, high-end tech, anything that screamed, I'm living my best life.
Wow, yes. I just remember. I have another story. My friend from America was visiting Korea, and then we went to like a super expensive restaurant, like the course 요리. That was the first time us eating a course.
Like a fine dining. Yeah.
In our 20s, and then we're like, oh, this doesn't taste that good. And we weren't full at the end of it. We're like, it's okay. Take pictures for the gram. It's okay. We gotta flex.
It doesn't matter if the taste is weird or what.
As long as we were here and we show it to people that we were. But it wasn't just about having those things either, right? It was about putting them on display for people to see.
That's exactly what it is. The if you got it, flaunt it. Mindset met perfectly with mobile internet, better phone cameras, and the rise of social media. Suddenly, your lunch wasn't just lunch, it was content.
Right. I remember when unboxing videos also became trending, right? You had influencers like, oh, this is what I bought at the cosmetic store. Oh, this is what I got here.
They got like this bunch of 택배 boxes.
Right. People made entire events out of just opening a box.
Yes, people flexed the box before they even showed what was inside. The presentation was part of the performance. Brands started designing packaging just for the gram.
Right. But what drove this behavior? What's at its core?
Well, a few big things. First, individualism. People wanted to stand out and express their identity. Second, social validation.
Right.
Likes, shares, followers became a kind of digital currency. The more luxe your life looked, the more attention you got.
I think it's definitely social media with the whole likes and comments,
Followers.
and things of that sort. If you had more, you're popular, you're great. So it became like a competition among people.
Exactly.
Who could curate the most impressive version of themselves?
It was less about living luxuriously and more about looking like you were. And once influencers started monetizing their flex, it created an entire economy around lifestyle display.
Yes, and younger generations were leading the change, right?
Yep, millennials had started earning disposable income. Gen Z was growing up online. They knew how to use filters, music, captions. Flexing became a language and a career path. If you were good at it, you could land sponsorship, modeling gigs, and brand deals.
Why couldn't I keep it up? Why couldn't I keep it up? Or why did I do it too early?
What don't I have?
Right? Where are my brand deals? But for every person making money off their image, there were dozens just trying to keep up, like myself.
That's the darker side. Many people started flexing beyond their means. Renting designer goods, borrowing cars, using filters, or even Photoshop to fake vacations. The pressure to look rich was real, even if your bank account wasn't.
That just sounds too exhausting. Like
it is.
renting stuff.
Renting, that's another level. It was, and mentally draining too. People started feeling inadequate or anxious just scrolling through their feeds. It was like everyone else was living in a luxury ad while you were still in your pajamas.
And none of it was 100% real, everyone.
Indeed, flex culture blurred the line between authenticity and illusion. It became hard to tell who was actually wealthy, who was pretending, and who just got lucky with lighting.
Right. So was there any pushback from this though?
Slowly, yes. Around 2019 and 2020, people started getting tired of the constant comparison. The pandemic accelerated it. Suddenly, it felt tone deaf to post $400 sushi when the world was locked down.
Yeah.
People craved honesty.
And that's when things start to shift?
Definitely. Enter quiet luxury, still expensive, still curated, but subtle. Understated fashion, wellness retreats, local artisans. Instead of shouting, "Look what I bought," it became more about, "This is what aligns with my values."
Yeah, and more people started flexing experiences instead, right?
Yes, exactly. It became cooler to post about your digital detox weekend or solo hike than to flash a flashy brand logo, self-care routines, home cooking, even journaling. It all became part of the new flex.
You know, as you're explaining this, I'm just like, oh, I also follow this trend too.
You are trendy.
I did do the flexing of like the expensive stuff, and then I did start to flex my
Self-care.
experiences and things of that sort. So people still wanted to share, but just the vibe kind of changed, right?
Well, yeah, massively. People started asking questions. Am I doing this for me or for attention? Does this post reflect my real life or just my highlights? The flex didn't disappear. It got deeper.
Yes, and I still see lots of luxury flexes out there, right?
Oh, yes, that's not going away, but now there's more room for nuance. You can flex your thrifting skills, your minimalist wardrobe, your charity work, or even your sourdough starter. It's not about the price tag, it's about the story.
Sourdough. That's a big thing. Everyone was starting to make sourdough at home.
I know. I tried until the ciabatta,
I just
but I
didn't.
couldn't get the starter. That sounds too much.
I remember I posted stuff with like the brownies that I made, but sourdough, no, not yet.
No.
I love it. So it's definitely changed. So the meaning behind flex matters more than the object itself now.
Exactly. The new flex is more emotional intelligence, thoughtful choices, confidence without showiness, and maybe even saying, I don't need to post everything.
Right. I remember also with me, I used to post something every day, something always on my story. But now I haven't uploaded a picture in a few months.
For me, it's years. Like, it's like a annual event.
Annual event.
Before.
Well, so it's not about
really good with them.
proving yourself anymore. It's about expressing yourself.
That's it. The best flex now is knowing who you are and not needing everyone's approval to show it.
Right. Oh my. So two great topics that we talked about today about how we have anniversary marketing and then also with this flex culture.
Yes.
So Claire, thank you so much. It was lots of fun talking about it, going back into memory lane.
Me too.
And talking about how we used to flex on social media.
I know. It reminds me of the photo.
Well, thank you so much, Claire. I'll see you next
I'll
week.
see you next week. Bye.
And everyone, that is the end of our first hour. I'll be back at 1 p.m. after this song. Here is The Only Place by Best Coast.
We were born with sun in our teeth and in our hair. When we get bored, we like to sit around and stare at the mountains, at the birds, at
fight with everyone else. Your masquerade, I don't wanna be a part of your parade. Everyone deserves a chance to walk with everyone else while holding down a job to keep my girl around, and maybe buy me some new strings and her a night out on the weekend. And we can whisper things, secrets from our American dreams. Baby needs some protection, but I'm a kid like everyone else. So let me go. I don't wanna be your hero. I don't wanna be a big man. I just wanna fight like everyone else. So let me go. I don't wanna be your hero. I don't wanna be a big man. I just wanna fight with everyone else. Your masquerade, I don't wanna be a part of your parade. Everyone deserves a chance to walk with everyone else.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Hero by Family of the Year. It is a gentle, thoughtful song about what it means to be brave in everyday life. Sometimes being a hero doesn't mean saving the world, but it's about small acts of kindness and standing up for what really matters. The kind of music that makes you pause and think for a moment. And if you're feeling inspired right now, hold on to that feeling, and it's the quiet power inside of all of us. Again, that was Hero by Family of the Year. Hello, everyone. We're live in the studio in Busan this Thursday afternoon. Welcome to Midday Mate. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM if you're listening in Gidang, Cheongwan, or Noksan. And I am your host, Kimberly. Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. And if you're joining us now, thank you so much for coming on in. So let's see what we have for our number 2. We'll have today's quote. A moment to pause during your busy day and to reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. And after today's quote, we'll have bite-sized banter, a daily dose of lighthearted chatter on a new topic every day with my mate Andrew. After that, we'll have Don't Make a Scene again, where we learn some real-life expressions through movies and some drama scenes. And then we'll wrap it all up with our segment titled Living Like a Local, where we give you some tips on how to live like a local here in Korea. So now, our question of the day, our text topic, it is, if you could give a tourist one tip for visiting Korea, what would it be? If you could give a tourist one tip, just one, what would it be? 한국에 오는 외국인에게 한 가지 조언을 한다면 무엇인가요? So let me know. I have a few answers here. I'm so excited to share with you all. First up, we have an answer from 상윤님. Hello, 상윤님, saying, don't be afraid of asking questions or the ways if you're in need, because Koreans will happily help you. just say 안녕하세요 and 감사합니다 to fully enjoy the Korean hospitality. That is so true. You know what? So many people are willing to help you, and because of technology, with all the translation apps that we have, you can just talk into your phone, it'll translate it, and then they can understand, and we can go back and forth and help each other out. I love that. You know, when I first came to Korea too, I didn't know my way around in the busy streets, and I was like looking for a subway station. I didn't know. I was like, 저기요, 홍대역 어디예요? And then they would help me find it, and then it was great. Lots of people here in Korea are so nice and kind. So go ahead and ask questions and just, be nice to each other. After that, we have another answer here from 이현철님. Hello, saying, if you visit Korea, if you go to Jeju, you must try 몸국, which is 모자반국의 사투리. And that will be polarizing, but I really loved that soup. And oh my goodness, I've also had 몸국 before, and everyone, it doesn't look the most appetizing meal out there, right? So at first I was like, I don't know if I want to try this, because when I went to Jeju-do, I was like, hey, I want something like 흑돼지, but then they took me to this 몸국 restaurant. But don't let looks deceive you. This soup is super delicious. And if you haven't heard of it before, 몸국 is a traditional local dish from Jeju Island. It's a soup made from simmering pork and adding 모자반, which is a type of seaweed, to the broth. So it's very delicious and it's very rich and it's so good. So thank you for your tip, 이현철님. I have another one here from Jenny Neem saying, I would recommend them to visit the local markets and enjoy Korean traditional food. And like Sang-Yeon-nim said, when you need help, just ask people for help. People are so kind here. So yes, if you are listening from not Korea, come on over. We'll all help you. If you get lost, no problem. We'll tell you the way. So thank you for all of your answers, everyone. I loved all the tips. And you know what? I still have so many other tips, but I think I really like Jenny Neem's. Don't go to the fancy restaurants, You can just get the food at traditional markets, the 시장. Really see how locals live in Korea and eat. It'd be the greatest thing ever. Also, to visit during the weekday, I think is another good thing, because then on the weekends, it's super crowded wherever you go. So coming during the weekday, going around and about, and it'll be lots of fun. So thank you for all of your answers, everyone. So again, please tell me your answer for today's question of the day. If you could give a tourist one tip for visiting Korea, what would it be? Send in your answers by texting in pound 9050 or shop 9050 and it'll cost you 101. Or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Go to your friends list, find us and add us as a friend, and we can send each other messages for free all day. Or go to your smartphone app store. Go ahead and search BEFM or 부산영어방송. You'll see our app, download it, and listen to our programs there. And now, everyone, I'll be right back with today's quote after the song. Here is Baby Grand by Billy Joel featuring Ray Charles.
Late at night, when it's dark and cold, I'll reach out for someone to hold. When I'm blue, when I'm lonely, she comes through. She's the only one who can. My baby Grand is all I need. In my time, I've wandered everywhere around this world. She would always be there, any day, any hour. All it takes is the power in
my baby grand. It's been good to me.
And that was Baby Grand by Billy Joel featuring Ray Charles. And now it's time for today's quote. And today's quote is quite short, so listen carefully. It is, life is short and the world is wide. Life is short and the world is wide. 인생은 짧고 세상은 넓습니다. I'm sure you've probably heard this one already before, but what does it really mean in our busy digital lives? We often think about time as endless. We always say, yeah, I'll travel someday, or maybe next year, but life doesn't always wait for us. The world is vast, from the sunlit beaches of Bali to the snowy peaks of the Alps. There's a huge planet out there full of stories, colors, and experiences. Yet, how many of us feel trapped in our daily routines, scrolling through travel photos on our phones instead of making our own memories actually going out? Here's the catch, everyone. The world will not wait for you. It keeps turning, seasons change, and places evolve. Every moment you hesitate is a chance lost. Travel isn't just about ticking boxes or, taking selfies with some monument. It's about opening your mind, learning new ways to see life, meeting people with different stories, and challenging your own ideas. Sometimes the world outside changes how you see yourself on the inside. And here's the secret. Even a small trip, a day trip to, a nearby town, a walk in a new park, these all can shift your perspective. You don't need a plane ticket to start exploring, you just need curiosity. So why are we waiting for that someday to happen? The clock is ticking and life truly is short. And the world? It's wider and more wonderful than you might think. So where will your next adventure begin? Again, it doesn't have to be too far. It could be around here to a place that you've never been before, or just hop on a bus or the subway station and get off somewhere that you've never been. Just start walking around. See it in a new perspective. For me, I'll never forget the first time I took a solo trip I mentioned on air before when I went to Okinawa by myself. It wasn't far, just a few hours by plane, but everything felt so unfamiliar. The signs, the food, the rhythm of the streets. At first, I felt awkward and, definitely out of place. But something shifted as I wandered through the quiet market, trying snacks I couldn't name and just watching strangers go about with their lives. I realized how big the world actually was, but not in a scary way at all, but in a way that made my own worries feel a little smaller. I didn't have to worry about things too much anymore. Being in a new place reminded me that there are so many different ways to live, so many little details waiting to be noticed, and if I just take the time to look. That trip didn't change my life in some huge dramatic way, right? But it did slightly crack the window open. And since then, I've been trying to keep that window open, even if I'm just exploring a different part of Korea here. Sometimes, again, we often think that adventures have to be far off, expensive, or some grand or dramatic experience. But I found that some of my most meaningful discoveries have come from spontaneous detours instead. Like I said, getting off the subway stop early, walking the rest of the way, or saying yes to an invitation I almost turned down. Even chatting with a stranger at a cafe who happened to be passing through. All these little tiny decisions have shown me silvers of the world I wouldn't have seen otherwise. And each time they remind me that the world's beauty isn't reserved for faraway places or for perfect timing. It's available to us right here, right now, if we're willing to step out of our comfort zone. So life really is too short to keep putting off wonder. And the world, like I said, it's always ready to welcome you, whether you're traveling thousands of miles or just daring to see your surroundings with fresh eyes. So again, today's quote is, "Life is short and the world is wide." 인생은 짧고 세상은 넓습니다. And that was today's quote. So now everyone, let's take a song break. Here is Pare by FT Island.
지나고 한 달이 지나도 너에게 연락은 오지를 않았어. 눈물이 흘러 가슴이 아파. 아니야 잠시뿐이야. 아닐 거야 아닐 거야 아닐 거야. 나를 달래지 마. 네가 떠난 빈자리만 커져가. 너를 다시 봐도 넌 내 사랑. 수백 번 봐도 난 네 사랑. 하늘이 맺어준 넌 내 사랑. 네가 잠시 길을 잃은 것뿐이야. 다시 태어나도 너만 바래. 다시 사랑해도 너만 바래. 돌아올 거야 돌아올 거야. 네가 없는 날은 없으니까. 날 사랑한다 해놓고 도대체 어디로 떠난 거야 나를 버리고. 잡은 내 두 손까지도 우리 약속까지도 나 버리고 깨버리고 어떻게 떠나. 꿈일 거야 꿈일 거야. 나를 속이지만 나만 혼자 남겨진 게 서러워. 너를 다시 봐도 넌 내 사랑. 수백 번 봐도 난 네 사랑. 하늘이 맺어준 넌 내 사랑. 네가 잠시 길을 잃은 것뿐이야. 다시 태어나도 너만 바래. 다시 사랑해도 너만 바래. 돌아올 거야 돌아올 거야. 네가 없는 날은 없으니까. 모든 게 악몽일 거라 난 생각했어. 제발 이 꿈에서 깨기만 바래. 오늘이 지나고 내일 눈을 뜨면 이 모든 게 현실이 아닌 꿈이길 바래. 모든 게 현실보다 더 리얼했던 꿈이었길 나는 바래. 널 바래 아직도 너를 원해. 다시 돌아봐도 넌 내 사랑. 수천 번 봐도 난 네 사랑. 하늘이 허락한 넌 내 사랑. 우린 잠시 멀어졌던 것뿐이야. 다른 여자를 봐도 너만 바래. 다른 사랑해도 너만 바래. 돌아올 거야 돌아올 거야. 내가 없는 너는 없으니까. 다시 태어나도 너만 바래. 다시 사랑해도 너만 바래. 돌아올 거야 돌아올 거야. 네가 없는 날은 없으니까.
And welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Midday Mate, and now it's time for Andrew's segment of Bite-Sized Banter.
What's up?
Was that a little harmony there?
That word in my voice has never been used in the same sentence.
Same.
Harmony. No, sorry. It has been when I'm talking about grandma. Yeah. Not harmony. Harmony.
Oh,
We're talking
that
about.
was such a dad joke.
Or
I
I'm
just
talking
got
about
that.
like Harry Potter and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Harmony. Okay,
And
everyone,
harmony.
that's your cue to laugh at Andrew's joke.
Bah! It was so funny, I forgot to laugh. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, how are you doing today?
Fantastic.
Fine. Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday.
Last day of July.
It's unbelievable.
Andrew.
So
The
now we're
last day.
officially halfway through summer, if you want to call it like that.
Oh my goodness, really?
And for any parents out there, 4 weeks until back to school. And the parents are like, no. That's one of the best things is that, like, after I'll like walk my kids to school on the first day of school or whatnot, or my wife and I, and then, if I pop into one of the coffee shops nearby and it's, full of parents, usually more women than men, and they're all just so happy. And you're just like, yeah, I get it. All right. Everyone's just happy to ship off their animals, And then you see them the next day walking to school. They're happy again because they know they're going and I'm staying.
And the next few hours, they're having heaven and
Yeah.
peace at home.
Yeah. Mimosa City
Ooh,
on Thirsty Thursdays.
Yum.
Yeah. Happy days.
Well, are we talking about mimosas today?
No, but maybe you might do what we're going to talk about while you have one of those in your hand.
Oh, which is?
We're going to talk about kind of like what our segment is. So what's your favorite icebreaker question?
Icebreaker question, my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, like, now, there's ways you could go with this, all right? Oh, give you the Korean and then we'll come back to it.
Okay, so everyone, what's your favorite icebreaker question? 어색한 분위기를 깰 때 자주 쓰는 질문이 있나요?
Yeah. So, I mean, you could go with like the typical, not like how was your day, but like if it was like, a team thing, where you're like, or like jobs, like what is your dream job and why? That's just kind of like your typical thing. So like if you're in a group of people and there's like, you don't know what to talk about, is there something you gravitate to or usually would ask?
So I have one for my students. So every semester we change students and we have like a new class, right?
Yeah.
So with my students, I have one, and that would be the 2 truths and 1 lie. Have you heard of that one before?
Story of my life.
Yep.
I try to trick people every day.
Me too.
Yeah.
So for 2 truths and 1 lie, it's kind of, simple with the title. You have to tell them 2 things that are true about you.
Yeah.
And then tell them a lie and have them guess out of the 3 which is the lie.
Maybe we need to do that for like one of our banter days.
Ooh, that would be really
Yeah,
fun.
sure.
I think I could get you.
I don't think so. Do you want to rewind to the ranch dressing? I read you like a book.
That is true too. But yeah, it's always fun because not only is it just an icebreaker question, but you really get to know that person also.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's why I'd like to use that with my students all the time.
Yeah, and it also gets the students thinking, like, you can see their creativity, like the wheels are turning, especially when, like, with younger kids, and you're like, you're allowed to lie. And they're like, what? I can lie? Is it okay? Teacher's telling me to lie? This is great. Yeah, for sure.
But with adults, I'm not quite sure. I think I need to think about this a little bit.
Yeah, I think if, like, it depends if you're, like, on a first date. Are you in the office setting? Is it over, like, do you know when, during COVID, you're maybe having, like, online meetings or, or classes and things like that? It's a little bit different than face-to-face. Also, I feel there's like some people are just uncomfortable with speaking to other people.
That's true.
And I feel sorry for them.
Well, they're introverts.
They're introverts, but it's also that they don't really have anything interesting to talk about. Yeah. Or you meet those same people and they say the same thing every time.
Oh, yeah, I know those people.
Or like just the cliche weather, family, whatever. So, I mean, there's that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. I mean, there's some questions I like to ask, like, maybe I'll jump back to my students as well. Kind of like if you were like, what's some random things from your bucket list or things like that. Because, or even if you're out with a group of people and you're thinking of something to say, you can learn a lot from like bucket list items.
That's true.
Because maybe something on your bucket list is like surfing in Bora Bora. And I'm just like, well, I haven't heard anybody say Bora Bora in forever. And you like surfing? Like maybe something like that. I don't know. Or, like some questions that we've had. If you could instantly become an expert at something, what would it be?
Yeah.
Like those kind of things.
So I guess a lot of the questions that we do here at Bite Size Banter could be used for an icebreaker question.
Yeah. Or, like it could be like a cheesy like pickup line.
Oh.
Like, are you a magician? Because when you're around, everything else disappears.
Oh my goodness.
Boom.
Did it hurt, Andrew?
Oh.
Did it hurt when you fell from the sky?
I was going to let you finish it. Yeah, it's all right. It's okay.
Oh my goodness.
So I mean like that. But also, there's, it's very situational. Like if you're in a bar, for example, and it's a new place, and I mean, I think it's different for guys and girls, but it could be even more so for a man or a woman. But if I walk up to a bar and I'm at a new place and there's somebody sitting at the bar, I might be like, are you from around here? Any suggestions for a drink? I was also a bartender and worked in restaurants, so I feel it's quite easy for me to talk to people. So I don't necessarily think of things as icebreakers. They're just like natural conversation starters.
Just getting to know someone.
Yeah. So it's a bit different. So I don't know.
I like the whole what's your favorite drink?
Yeah, for sure.
You can really tell a lot about a person with their favorite drink.
I mean, I also think it's like the time of day. Like if you walk up to someone, it's like, but I was going to say an airport bar, but airport bars are like, they're like an oasis.
Yes.
Like anything goes at an airport bar. You walk up and it's 11 a.m. and someone's like, I'll have a triple whiskey and ice. And you're like,
ooh.
All right, how long's your flight? Or what's the delay?
Where are you going?
Yeah. Or it's like 7 a.m. and someone's like, I'll just have a beer. And you're like, okay. That's just, to each his own.
Yes.
So, yeah, those kind of things. Or, if you're talking about family or food,
ooh.
Like questions like we had like a food that you love but most people hate, that kind of stuff.
Or what's the weirdest food that you've ever had?
Yeah, for sure. But then you're like, someone's like, well, I put horseradish sauce on my carrots, and you're like, go back to the farm.
Go back to the farm.
You've never left your hometown.
I think a lot of people also ask, what's your favorite 노래방 song?
Yeah.
Your go-to song.
Did we talk about this before?
I think so, yeah.
But it's always, I love going to 노래방 with like my friends who are Korean because I find it's either one way or the other. But it's a lot of times they're very modest when it comes to 노래방, and they'll be like, are you a good singer? And they're like, no, I just enjoy coming. And then I'll be looking through the book, and then I'll hit the remote, the song I want. And then I'll go to hand them the book. And they're like, no, 5, 7, 8, 9. And I'm like, what? 5, 7, 8, 9. I'm like, what's that? They're like, that's my song.
Yep.
And people just know it. It's kind of funny. So what is your go-to for at the 노래방?
You can't ask me right away.
Yeah, I can.
I don't know.
What?
Well, right now I'm super into Bruno Mars, so anything Bruno Mars right now.
The Lazy Song.
Yeah.
No. That's the one where there's a lot of.
I don't.
For me, there's probably 3, but I love Montel Jordan. This Is How We Do It.
I don't think you said that last time.
No?
I don't think so.
Piano Man by Billy Joel.
Maybe.
I probably said it, but that's also like a fan favorite. So everyone would join in.
Yes.
Like if you're at a 노래방 where there's like 2 or 3 mics, people would join in. And then there's like the Smashing Pumpkins song. Is it 1960? What is it? Or Tonight. Smash Pumpkins. That song. But also I feel like my voice after like one song gets even like
raspy.
Yeah, so there's like a very Billy Corgan-esque. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's I don't know. It's good. I enjoy stuff like that. But also, I think with icebreaker questions, when people put too much emphasis on them, where it's like if you sit down and someone's like, all right, let's like get. I can't believe I just made that voice. Let's get this conversation going. So everybody, what's your favorite potato chip flavor? No way you like ketchup chips. You must be Canadian. Yeah.
Well, your eyes just now too. You just went into a whole different character right now. I don't know who you just were.
I was Valley Girl mixed with something from California. Like I was on the 405 getting down to the 101, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
That's like the Saturday Night Live, like the skit. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So everyone, what is your favorite icebreaker question?
Yeah.
How do you break the ice? How do you break that awkward moment when you're first meeting someone? What question comes to mind? Is it just something random, bland, or is it something that really gets our brain ticking?
Or is it, do you have a map? Because I just got lost in your eyes.
Oh my goodness. That's like hitting on people. That's not an icebreaker.
Hey, it can get people talking.
It can make them
You'll either get a slap.
It's going to get them more awkward.
Is it hot in here? Or is it just you?
Oh my goodness. With that, everyone, please let us know your favorite icebreaker question. I got to get Andrew out of the studio now. Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
Bye. I just can't with Andrew, everyone. There's not a serious moment when he's in the studio, right? Oh, all those like little pickup lines. Again, they were pickup lines and not icebreaker questions. So he's not following the rules right now. Anywho, so here we go. The question for Bite Size Banter is, what's your favorite icebreaker question? So I have a few here. Benny Neem saying, where did you grow up? What animal best represents you today and why? Oh, that's a good one. Because, lots of people... Oh, now I'm so curious to what all of your answers are for that question. What animal best represents you today and why? That's a good one. That really makes them think about what their personality is and what type of animal really matches that personality too. Thank you, Benny Neem. That's a good one. Clean and Clean Name, hello, saying, I ask, how old are you? What is your hobby? Sounds boring, but it works between Koreans, yes. How old are you? I feel like it's so like, am I allowed to ask it? Am I not allowed to ask it? Even in American culture and Korean culture, are we allowed to ask that question? I don't know. Because some people want to ask like, 혹시 몇 년생이세요? They're like, 그거는, that's my private information. I'm like, oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. You don't have to tell me. But I'm so open about my age. I really don't care. I can tell you my age. I'll let you know if you want to know. But that's also a good one. How old are you? What is your hobby? I don't think it sounds boring at all. Clean and Clean Name sounds very nice too. And we have another question here from 조조조님. 경찰서의 반대말은? I don't know what that is. 경찰서의 반대말은? The opposite of 경찰서? 경찰 앉아. Again, is that an icebreaker question? It's just a joke, isn't it? But thank you, Jojo. Oh my goodness. So yes, everyone, what is your favorite icebreaker question? Are they like the normal ones like I had, or are they weird pickup lines what Andrew shared today? Go ahead and let me know. But with that, let's take a quick song break, everyone. Here is 100 Ways by James Ingram.
Compliment what she does. Send her roses just because. If it's violin she loves, let them play. Dedicate her favorite song and hold her closer all night long. today. Find 100 ways. Don't forget there could be an old lover in her memory. If you need her so much more, why don't you say maybe she has it in her mind that she's just wasting her time? Ask her to stay. Find 100 ways. Being cool won't help you keep a love warm. You'll just blow your only chance. Take the time to open up your heart. That's the secret of romance. Sacrifice if you can. Buy her some moonlight to wear. If it's one was all she wants, go all the way. In your arms tonight, she'll reflect that she owes you the sweetest of debts. If she wants to pay, find 100 ways. In your arms tonight, she'll reflect that she owes you the sweetest of debts. If she wants to pay, find 100 ways. You better believe it. Whoa, love her today. Find 100 ways. I'm telling you to love her today. Find 100 ways. Oh, love her, love her, love her. 100 ways. Yeah, you better love her today. Find 100 ways.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to 100 Ways by James Ingram. And now it's time for Don't Make a Scene, where we go over a few English expressions from movies and drama scenes. And this week we have been looking at expressions from the movie Fantastic Four, The Rise of Silver Surfer. So let's go through what we have learned this week so far. On Monday, we talked about what's the matter? Afraid of ghosts? So you're asking someone, hey, what's the matter? It seems as if you're so scared that you saw a ghost. So tell me. On Tuesday, we talked about the expression, you won't mind if I... It means I'm going to do something and I'm pretending to ask you for permission, but I'm just going to do it anyways. On Wednesday, yesterday, we talked about no thanks to you. No thanks to you. It means that something good happened, but you didn't have any help in it at all. In fact, you might have made it worse, meaning I did something, but you had no cooperation in doing so. So today we have something different for us, but first let's do a quick movie recap. This week we've been revisiting the movie Fantastic Four, The Rise of Silver Surfer from the 2007 Marvel sequel. So it pits the Earth's most famous superhero team, the Fantastic Four, against a cosmic threat known as the Silver Surfer, with strange weather patterns and planetary chaos. So the team has to work together to overcome it. But here's the twist. In this scene, they have to work with their enemy from the first movie, who is Victor Von Doom. So they're all like, how are you still alive? And then Doom answers and replies, no thanks to you for, that's for certain. So that's where we got yesterday's expression, no thanks to you. But today, along with that same phrase, it expresses saying, that's for certain. That's for certain. Here, it is used to double down on the accusation here. Doom isn't just blaming the Fantastic Four, saying that, no thanks to them that he's alive, but he's absolutely confident in his statement. No doubt. No room for argument, and his survival had nothing to do with their help, and he's going to make sure that they know it. So let's break down today's expression again. It is, that's for certain. That's for certain. It's a phrase we use to strongly confirm that something is 100% true. It's like saying, there is no doubt about this. I completely agree with that. You can use this expression in serious, casual, or even sarcastic conversations. Anytime you want to emphasize that something is undeniably true. In the film, here, Victor Von Doom uses it in a cold and final way. Like he's shutting the door on any further discussion. It's a verbal exclamation point, as you can see. So how can we use this? We can say something to strongly agree with someone. You can say, oh my, it's the holiday this weekend. Traffic is going to be wild and terrible. And you can respond, yep. That's for certain. Meaning you agree with them 100%. That's for certain. Traffic is going to be horrendous because of the holiday. Or we can use it to express absolute confidence in a fact. We can say something like, hey, hurry up, we gotta leave now. If we don't leave, we're definitely going to be late. And someone can say, yep, that's for certain. Everyone, let's go. Up and at 'em. Let's go, let's go. Meaning you're agreeing with someone. Or a third way we can use this expression is when making a firm statement about how you feel. You can say, I'm never trusting him ever again. That's for certain. Maybe here it adds emotional weight and finality, right? Say that someone definitely crossed you. They, backstabbed you. So you're saying, I'm never trusting him again. That's for certain. Or we can say it sarcastically, right? In a playful disagreement. You can say, hey, you totally forgot that it was my birthday, didn't you? And you can say, that's for certain. Teasingly, admittingly guilt there. So all these different situations on how you can use this one expression, that's for certain. So if you ever want to sound confident or just wrap up your point with a flair, drop a that's for certain. Just maybe not with Victor Von Doom's intensity, right? So with that, everyone, that is our expression for don't make a scene today. That's for certain. And tune in again tomorrow to see our final expression from the movie Fantastic Four. So now let's take a song break. Here is Come Rain or Come Shine by Barbara Streisand and John Mayer.
You like nobody's loved you, come rain or come shine. High as a mountain and deep as a river, come rain or come shine.
Well, I guess when you met me, it was just one of those things. But don't ever bet me, 'cause I'm gonna be true if you let me.
And you're gonna love me.
I'm gonna love you
like nobody's loved me.
like nobody's loved you.
Come rain or come time.
Come rain or shine.
Happy together, unhappy together.
And won't that be fine? Days may be cloudy
or sunny.
We're in or we're out of the money. But I'm with you always.
I'm with you, ride or
When you met me,
it was just one of those things.
no, but don't ever bet me, 'cause I'm gonna be true.
If you let me,
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna love you
oh yeah,
like nobody's loved you.
all right.
Come rain or come shine.
Happy together, unhappy together, and one that be just fine.
Days may be cloudy or sunny.
Yeah.
We're in or we're out
Of the
of the money. 'Cause I'm with you always. Come rain or come shine.
rain or shine, I'm with you always. I'm with you. I'm with you, rain or shine.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Come Rain or Come Shine by Barbara Streisand and John Mayer. And now it's time for our segment of Living Like a Local, where we give you some tips on how to live like a local here in Korea. So let me start with a simple question, everyone. When it's extremely hot outside and you're dripping with sweat, what do you usually do? If you're from the US, your answer might be, I find a convenience store and I buy a cold drink. Or maybe you'll say, I bring my own water bottle from home. But if you're in Korea right now, especially in the summer, you might find something very different and very heartwarming also. Someone handing you a free bottle of cold water just because it is hot. This is a real thing in Korea, and today we're going to be talking about 생수 나눔, which means sharing bottled water. It's a community-based act of kindness where city workers, volunteers, religious groups, or even local businesses give out free water to people out in the heat, especially during heat wave warnings, or what we call 폭염 경보. So, here, we're not just talking about like one or two people just out in the streets handing out, free water bottles, but there are also like vending machines, and not even just vending machines, but just refrigerators out there filled with bottled waters and that people can just take. In cities all over Korea, hundreds of volunteers are hitting the streets to distribute water bottles at subway exits, bus stops, parks, intersections, you name it. You might even see a small cart with ice boxes, colorful umbrellas for shade, and signs like saying 생수 무료 나눔 중입니다, meaning we're giving out free water. City governments are also involved in this. In places like Gwangju, officials are visiting traditional markets, places where older citizens often shop, and giving them bottled water to prevent heat-related illnesses. And this is where the cultural contrast really comes in, because in America, this kind of free public service during a heat wave is definitely not common. Yes, during emergencies, there will be cooling centers opened and some water may be distributed to people in shelters, but in everyday life, no. So, when I first experienced this in Korea, I was completely surprised. One hot afternoon near a subway station over in Itaewon, someone handed me an ice-cold bottle saying 더위 조심하세요, meaning take care in this heat or be careful of this heat wave. At first, I hesitated because in the US, I might have assumed that it was some kind of promotion or they're trying to sell me something, trying to grab me in. But no, this is no strings attached, everyone. They're just literally giving out free water because they're being nice. And then you can also see there are different signs. There are 나눔 냉장고, right? To give away refrigerators. Some places they have one water bottle per person. You should not be taking more because then you're taking advantage of this, right? And some of them, they have the refrigerators that are open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then there's also some people there's some signs that say that it's going from July until the middle of September even. It'll tell you when it's open until, and also there will be a phone number just in case if you're feeling a bit too much heat. So again, if you see one of these 나눔 냉장고s out there or people just giving out water, definitely take advantage of it. Take one and one only. Don't take any more than that because that is what it is like here in Korea. We're all trying to take care of each other during this heat. So again, if you are outside, please be careful. Don't get too hot and stay cool. And that was for today's Living Like a Local. And look at the time, everyone. I can't even continue. I want to talk more about this 생수 나눔, but I can't. I've been your host, Kimberly, and it's time to wrap up the show. Here's our last song, Happy by Pharrell Williams. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Thursday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye!
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go. Bring me down. Can't none
you won't